Yeah, I think we're good. I didn't bring my
Titan
pen.
Fieldhouse for the first day of the JA45. Game 1 is between Team Plona in purple and Team Fehringer in red.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the JA45 Basketball Showcase here at Eastern Florida State College. 45 of the nation's top junior college basketball players will compete for a chance to take their talents to the next level, either Division II or Division I. Joining me on the call is Trent Osborne. I'm Mike Warren. Game 1 of today's action in the Titan Fieldhouse, Team Plona versus Team Fehringer. Trent, you were here for the open gym and practice sessions this morning. Who stands out in your mind from Team Plona?
Thanks, Mike. Somebody who definitely jumped out from the jump was Darius Harding. He was pulling up from the volleyball court line, and he's shooting a solid 35% on the season. That is definitely a defensive scheme that Team Fehringer is going to have to look out for.
And Team Fehringer, who's a guy that really stands out on that roster for you?
Jonathan Ned. His friends call him J Ned. That's what we're going to do here today. I was talking to an Eastern Florida assistant coach, Lynn Cundiff, earlier today, had nothing but rave reviews about him. He's not just a player we want to watch out for in this game, but he's one we want to look out for the entire Classic.
2 days of basketball lined up, 3 games each day. Day 1, game 1, about to set tip-off here at the Titan Fieldhouse in Melbourne, Florida. Mike Warren, Trent Osborne on the call, as looks like Team Fehringer is ready and Team Plona is making their way. Team Fehringer in the purple and orange. Team Plona sporting the red and black uniforms.
Yeah, I'm not sure if there's going to be a trophy given out to this, but a trophy should be given out to whoever designed these uniforms. They are looking crisp today on the court.
Some fresh unis, look good, play good, feel good. That's the saying. We're getting set to tip off, and it looks like it'll go to Team Plona to start it off. A.J. Johnson brings it up. Stolen quickly the other way. Here comes Renee Hutau in transition. Euro step, finishes with the right hand.
That is exactly the type of skill in transition you want to show to these recruits. What a beautiful move to the basket.
Looking like it's going to be a full court game today as Johnson brings it up again. Dips it on over to Johnson. Justin Johnson. Over to Darius Harding. Harding to Gideon George. George hesitates, gets trapped. Pump fakes, pulls up on the wing, front rim, no good. Pulled in by Jalen Shaw.
Great defense there by J-Ned.
Malik Jacobs at the top, looks to penetrate, and a foul called on the drive.
Yeah, definitely something you want to look out for. He went hard to the ground, knee first.
Foul will be on the floor. Inbounding, Mikael Starks out of Palmetto High School, another Eastern Florida product playing on his home court today. And Fehringer will reset. Jacobs. Over to Horton, who drives up with the right, off the glass and in. Wanted a call, but won't get it.
He wanted the call. He did a great job. I think he did a great job of playing defense there. I think that was a good no call by the official.
Mutual contact on both sides. A.J. Johnson dumps it down into the corner to Justin Johnson. Jay Johnson on the drive, pulls up, no good in transition. Here come Team Fehringer. Malik Jacobs leading the pack. The fancy pass goes awry and out of bounds. Looks like it'll stay here with Team Fehringer.
That won't be the last time we see something like that. Like we said, wins and losses aren't necessarily important in these games. It's all about showing off, and you know that's exactly what these players are going to be doing here today.
Shaw on the low block, kicks it out to Hodges. Jacobs, excuse me. Malik Jacobs on the pull-up jump shot, hit on the arm. He'll earn a trip to the charity stripe.
Harding wasn't happy about that. He definitely fouled him, but the sell job was very important on that one.
Malik Jacobs, the Wilmington, North Carolina native. Last season averaged 10.7 points per game, 4.3 rebounds on a 43.8% clip from the field.
That's something you want to look for in a player at this stage in their development. Anyone who can shoot close to 50% from the field, that's definitely someone you want to keep an eye out on.
6-0 the score here. Team Plona struggling to get some offense going. Team Fehringer seems to be getting a lot of their buckets inside. The dump down low to Valdir Manuel. Goes up strong, no good. Transition the other way now, Jamel Horton. Hesitation, kicks to the corner. Wide open three for Nicholas Rene Hutal. Long. Rebound by Valdir.
Great passing in transition. Too bad for them it didn't come up with a bucket as Harding draws the foul. And I believe it will be on the floor.
Almost looked like Harding got away with a shove with the offhand.
He just might have.
It'll stay with Team Plona on the baseline. A.J. Johnson with the inbound. The Melbourne, Florida native. Over to Gideon George. George drives, nothing there. Back out to A.J. Johnson, who pulls a three. Off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound contested by Valdir, but Team Fehringer holds it in. Jacobs in transition, sets it up at the top. Gets a screen from Hutal. Jacobs on the drive, kicks it out into the corner. Spot up three from Jonathan Ned. No good, but the tip in from Malik Jacobs. Doing a little bit of everything so far.
That's not just a bucket. That's definitely a mental win there. Getting boards over Manuel is not going to be easy.
We see Team Plona still with the 0 on the scoreboard as a blocking foul called on Gideon George. Some subs coming in now early on for Team Plona.
Interesting to see Fehringer keeping all their guys out on the floor right now and almost a platoon switch for Team Plona.
3 new guys in for Team Plona. Mikkel Starks, Eastern Florida product. So you see Justin Johnson take a seat. Valdir Manuel take a seat. And A.J. Johnson, they all get a quick breather. Adong McCoy from Edmonton, Canada, checks into the game, the big man.
That will be a theme throughout the rest of the day, a heavy Canadian influence in every single one of these games.
Good amount of foreign players. As we see the drive from Gideon George, gets the contact, no basket.
George looked at J-Ned and said, "Why you jumping?" He will get that call every single time.
Gideon George to the line.
Gideon George earns his first trip to the charity stripe. Misses the first. A lot of coaches here on hand. We mentioned Division II and Division I level, seeing some Wichita State shirts, some LSU. We even see Tom Crean on the baseline, the Georgia head coach, former Indiana head coach. And I'll tell you what, he's got a really, really good recruiting class coming into Georgia. I bet you he's looking at a couple fine athletes here today. There's definitely a plethora of athletes here today.
Absolutely. Just puts into perspective how big the JA45 is and how important it is to these players today.
Without a doubt, Gideon George capitalizes on the second attempt, and that'll get them on the board. 8-1 the score here. 17:01 remaining in the first half, and steal by Gideon George going into transition. Here comes Team Plona. Strong drive with the left, off the backboard hard. Rebounded down low by Adong McCoy. Can't get it. Gideon George again can't get it to go. And out of bounds, it'll stay with Team Plona.
Some of the fans behind us cannot believe there wasn't a call for something in the scrum.
Dump down low to McCoy. Goes up strong, getting hit, fighting through the contact, can't get it to go. Relentless on the offensive glass is Team Plona, but an offensive foul is called. It's going the other way.
McCoy is just so physical when he goes up. He didn't finish any of those attempts, but he was right there on all of them.
McCoy led the conference in blocked shots this season, a physical big man, as a three gets hoisted by Hutal. And over in the corner for three, Elton Walker, the Miami, Florida native.
Great, best hustle play we've seen so far. and it turned into points for Team Fehringer.
Gideon George versus Jonathan Ned goes the other way. Here comes Cameron Cunningham in transition, dumps it back to Ellen Walker, pump fakes and holds. And a big time three from Jamel Horton, no good.
J-Ned open on the wing there, calling for the shot.
See Mikkel Starks, the Eastern Florida product, looks to penetrate, kicks it over to the wing to Darius Harding, who pulls up and hard off back iron.
There's exactly what we were talking about earlier. Fehringer cannot settle for those open threes.
Ned down low to Horton. Horton to Travis Henson with a strong left hand and a timeout called for Team Plona. 12-1 the score here. You're tuned in to JA45 here in Melbourne, Florida. Team Plona. That's Fiona, or Plona, I mean? Plona. Yeah, Plona, okay.
Orange is
Or
Plona?
no, sorry.
That's Fehringer.
Red is Fehringer, sorry.
That's Fehringer.
Purple is Plona.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, I'm getting lost, like mixed up with names and stuff, so sorry if I'm not.
That's fine. We'll welcome you back into the Titan Fieldhouse here in Melbourne, Florida. The JA45 basketball showcase just getting underway. 15:33 remaining in the first half. Team Plona trailing Team Fehringer 12-1. It's been a tough bout on the offensive side for Team Plona. Really struggling to find a rhythm or get anything to go inside. So we see some full court pressure early on. Starks getting that full court treatment down to Harding on the low block, pulls it up and in. Nice touch around the basket from Harding.
Great vision under pressure by Starks to get out of that situation and find the man down low.
And here comes Malik Jacobs. Screen from Nicholas Rene Hutau. Lob in down low to Elton Walker. Walker pump fakes, goes up, blocked shot by Harding, and here come Team Plona in transition. Smart foul there from, looks like it'll be on Malik Jacobs.
Yes, like he said, very smart foul. He realized the numbers were not in his team's favor. That's you don't want to take the foul in that situation, but it's better than taking the points early on.
Another three-man sub for Team Plona as we see A.J. Johnson back into the game. Valdir Manuel back in as well. Strong drive from Justin Johnson on the wing earns himself a trip to the foul line.
So you can see the difference in strategies between these two coaches here. Team Plona definitely going for a more fresh base, subbing often. Team Fehringer seems content keeping their guys out there longer.
So we see Justin Johnson miss that first shot. Scouting report on Johnson, listed as an elite scorer. Very tough and lengthy defender, and his three-point shot is said to be improving by the coaches here at the showcase.
Absolutely. In my studying for these games, he definitely seemed like one of the most interesting prospects in the entire showcase.
Valdir Manuel with the one-handed throwdown. Little lucky bounce there, almost went hard off back iron, but nonetheless a basket. And another putback for Malik Jacobs.
Jacobs has been all over the court. Many players on Fehringer with these great hustle plays.
Team Plona with a strong drive. It looks like that was number 0, Isaiah Dasher. State College of Florida, first team all-conference. He gets the hoop and the harm. Goes to the line for one more. Hard off back iron, rebounded by Team Fehringer. You know, Malik Jacobs is listed at 6'3", but you wouldn't know it with how he's been playing so far, Trent. A lot of inside scoring, a lot of putbacks.
Absolutely. Like I said, these hustle plays are creating open shots.
Henson for three, long off back iron, and here comes Team Plona in transition. A.J. Johnson penetrates, kicks it over in the wing to Justin Johnson, who drives and throws it down for two.
What a play from all sides. The court vision from A.J. Johnson to make that pass, almost no look over his head. Beautiful pass, beautiful finish.
A.J. Johnson, very, very good pace, plays with a lot of speed. Seeing it there in that last possession as Justin Johnson looking to get the transition game continuing. Dump down to Manuel, looks to spin, but loses control, and it'll be Team Fehringer ball.
You can definitely tell that Team Plona has picked up their pace early since that timeout.
And do you think they're trying to adjust to how Team Fehringer has been playing? Do you think Team Fehringer has done a good job dictating the pace to start?
Fehringer has done a beautiful job at controlling the pace, especially with these hustle plays, getting multiple second chance points, Plona has done a great job to counter that in the last couple minutes.
As we see an offensive foul called on the screen. They'll give the ball back to Team Plona. A.J. Johnson gets it across midcourt. Team Plona on an 8-2 run as they turn it over here. Backcourt violation.
Malik Jacobs has just been all over the court early in this first half.
He's showing he can do a little bit of everything and putting on a show so far for these coaches, letting them know that he's not just a flashy player like a lot of these guys are. He can do the nitty-gritty details. He can do the small things right as well. So we see him work the pick and roll there. Pulls it back out. A pull-up jumper from the elbow. No good.
Malik Jacobs showing off his intelligence there, saw the size mismatch and went for the pull-up jumper. Almost, you could consider it open with how much of a size advantage he had. Doesn't get it to go.
It's becoming much more of a full-court game as Justin Johnson goes coast to coast off the inbound and lays it in with the right hand for two. It's a three-point game.
Plona, just look at how they have cut into that lead over the last few minutes, and this pace, it looks like it's throwing Fehringer off their balance.
As we see Team Plona getting ready to make some more subs. Team Fehringer, strong drive, Nicholas Rene Hutau, the hoop and the harm.
One of the many international players you will see, Nicholas Rene Hutau from Paris, France. Looks like it's going to be a platoon swap here for Team Fehringer.
Both teams making some adjustments. We see Jalen Shaw, the big man, check back into the game, along with Jonathan Ned. And Renee can't get that one to go. Here comes Team Plona in transition. Gideon George on the wing. Dribble move, pulls up. No good. What a strong rebound from Elton Walker. And just a little too frantic on that pass. Wanted to get the transition going yet again, Trent.
Yeah, Elton Walker had a little bit too much dip on his chip there, trying to show off in front of these recruits here. We're going to see it a lot today. Don't hold it against him too much.
Manuel gets it on the top of the arc, looks to do some dribbling of his own. The big man goes to work, the spin move inside, touches it home. The right hand with a soft finish.
He looks out into the crowd. He was impressed with himself on that one. One of the most interesting people you will see, and just say a great defensive play.
As we see Valdir Manuel throw the ball off of Gideon George, a strong take going coast to coast off of the made basket from Manuel. Gideon George showing that explosiveness early on.
Yeah, man, great thinking by Manuel there in the heat of that moment to try and throw it to the defender on the outside to try and get the ball back.
Definitely no ill intentions there. Just wanted to get the ball back for Team Plona as they're fighting their way back in. Still a three-point game. 16-13 the score as the turnover train continues for both teams. A couple of mismanaged possessions, and we get a timeout here on the floor. 16-13 the score. Team Fehringer clinging on to a three-point lead with 11:20 remaining. You're tuned in to JA45 Live.
No, it's over by my back.
I don't care where it is. You're a broadcaster with no ink pen?
No, it's bad, I know. I'm just saying.
You need it for the whole day?
No, I just need to write this down real quick.
And we'll welcome you back into Melbourne, Florida here at Eastern Florida State College, the JA45 Basketball Showcase. 45 of the nation's top junior college basketball players all competing for a chance to play on the big stage next year, Division I or Division II. Right now, Team Plona, Team Fehringer going at it. A lot of turnovers we're seeing so far. It's become a full court game in the last couple of minutes, Trent.
Absolutely. Plona has been in full control over the last 7 or 8 minutes. That first timeout did wonders for them.
It looks like Team Plona is back with, it's not their starting lineup. It's one guy missing out of the starting lineup. They made a slight adjustment, adding Starks to the starting lineup here, or to this lineup. So we see Fehringer go in transition out to Shaw. Shaw with the hesitation dribble, right hand up and in. What a move from Jalen Shaw.
Absolutely. The under the basket defense from Fehringer has been fantastic early in this game. And once Plona is getting it down there, they're forcing it down there and they're not knowing what to do.
Tough drive from Gideon George. He'll go to the line once more.
Fehringer was intent to make him work for those 2 points.
Gideon George to the line for 2.
You mentioned Team Fehringer asserting their size. Jalen Shaw, 6'10", Jonathan Ned, 6'9", Nicholas Rene Hatau, 6'7", Cameron Cunningham, 6'6". A lot of length, a lot of size, and then of course Travis Henson, 6'6" as well. You got some guys that are really exposing their length and their strength so far.
Absolutely. The smallest guy on the team is Malik Jacobs at 6'3", and we don't have the numbers in front of us. He has to be one of the leaders in rebounding. The diversity of these players and Team Fehringer as a whole is ridiculous.
And it looks like Valdir Manuel gets caught with the push-off on Jalen Shaw. It'll be Team Fehringer ball as we see Team Plona implement a full court press for the first time, Trent.
Yeah, Plona doing a great job at throwing a bunch of different things at Fehringer, and they almost come up with a turnover there, and they do.
Here comes Gideon George in transition. Behind the back he goes, trying to showcase the ball handling. And Gideon George turns it over and quickly fouls Jamel Horton, 6'4" guard from Queens, New York.
This game is turning into a monster truck rally in quick order.
It's been an up and down affair, not much scoring, only 2 points in the past 4 minutes. Shaw on the low block, looks to go to work on Manuel. He does, kicks it out for 3, Nicholas Rene, no good. Jalen Shaw again into traffic down low, earns a foul.
What a battle Manuel and Shaw has been on the boards early in this game.
6'10" versus 6'10". Couple of skilled inside low post threats.
Absolutely.
As we see Jonathan Ned inbound on the baseline to Jalen Shaw. Loose ball picked up by Darius Harding, and here comes Team Plona in transition. Harding pulls up top of the key up to Starks. Starks hoists one from beyond the arc. Down it goes.
Cannot leave, cannot be settling for these open shots with Plona. It's how Plona is digging back into this game. They were down 11, they've cut it to 2.
So we see a tough drive from, looks like Jamel Horton. They call a late foul. It seems to be on the floor.
Look at the ups on Michael Starks, getting his head almost above the rim to get that board.
Two-handed slam to Elton Walker. Nice inbounds play.
Walker caught him sleeping on that one, and he capitalized at the rim.
Starks takes it up. Gives it out to the corner. Isaiah Dasher for 3. Hard off back iron. Rebounded by Adong McCoy. And there's a foul on the floor.
Starks has done a great job so far at showing off those handles, showing off that passing ability. Definitely he's put on a good showcase for these recruits so far.
Inbound pass tip. Garland able to recover. And a big-time three from Mikkel Starks. Only averaged 5.1 points per game, but you wouldn't know it after those last couple of sequences. He's got 6.
Yeah, he pulled that one from NBA range.
Here comes Elton Walker, pull up from the charity stripe, no good. Strong rebound from Starks. Again, Trent showing the athleticism. Here he goes in transition. Pass stolen. Elton Walker now going the other way, coast to coast. Strong with the right hand, gets the basket and the foul.
What a great sequence of basketball we just saw over the last 15 seconds. Starks showing that athleticism, like you said, had a great opportunity to the alley-oop and a great opportunity for us to lose our minds, but better defense prevailed and it turned into 2 points at the other end.
We're seeing a lot of athleticism. You could argue there is some careless basketball, but I think it's really more guys pressing just to show what they can do.
Absolutely, and on top of that, these guys are having fun.
Yeah.
This is such a fun event for them to be at. They get to show off in front of all these recruits. There's family members in the background. This is a great, fun day, but these guys also have to stay focused at the same time.
Trying to pave a path for their futures, as well as we see Elton Walker capitalize on the extra point.
Jacobs checking back into the game. I don't think I'm amiss by saying that's been Fehringer's MVP so far.
Without a doubt, one of the more consistent players on the team, and Mikkel Starks. Full court pressure from Jamel Horton. Starks crosses over. Hesitation in the lane, kicks it back out to Justin Johnson. Johnson, strong drive, blocked from behind. Travis Henson using that 6'6" frame to get a hand on that shot.
Henson said nothing to it. He barely had to get off the ground to send that into the padding.
8:21 remaining here in the first half. 23-19 the score. Team Fehringer clinging on to a 4-point lead. Inbounds pass down to Adong McCoy. Back down to Justin Johnson. Post move fade away off back iron, no good. And we see another tussle on the low block. Adong McCoy and Jalen Shaw. Jalen Shaw really banging bodies down low early on.
Absolutely, that's a great trait that you want to look for as a recruiter. He's not afraid to get down and dirty in the post and get those boards for his team.
And you know, Trent, we were talking earlier when we got to the gym today. We were talking about the importance of big men being able to step outside and shoot. As we see Cameron Cunningham pull up on the wing, no good. But it seems like nowadays it's really all about your big man being able to step outside and hoist one from 3.
Absolutely. The NBA and basketball as a whole at every single level has changed. You would think that this idea of Steph Curry basketball would be left to D2 and JUCO schools, but you're seeing it at the highest level. And the big men, so they don't become an extinct species in basketball, they have to adapt. And we've seen over the years guys like Joel Embiid, guys like Al Horford adapt their games that way.
I'm sure we'll see a fair share of guys who can hit that shot above 6'8" and more. The big man with some shooting skills. We saw a couple of them in the warm-ups as Team Plona earns a trip to the line. Adong McCoy, Edmonton, Canada native.
Adong McCoy was about to put on a show there until the foul stopped him in his tracks.
8.1 points per game, 5.6 rebounds, and shoots 58.1% from the field. Mentioned earlier, he led the league in blocked shots this past year. And the scouting report is simple for him. He's an elite shot blocker with offensive upside.
One of the best shot blockers in all of JUCO in the United States right now.
Coming over from Edmonton, Canada. Backdoor pass for Jalen Shaw, tipped and going the other way. Now here comes Isaiah Dasher. Dasher right-handed off the back of the iron, no good. Horton looking up court. Finds Cameron Cunningham, strong take off the back of the rim and out. He'll earn a trip to the line, it looks like, for 2.
2 tip passes in transition in a row. The transition defense has been solid from both squads in this game so far.
A lot of anticipation, a lot of jumping and athleticism being displayed so far, and it's really not been with the dunking. It's been, like you said, with the defense. Guys are just cutting off passes before they can even happen. Give some props to these guys for playing some good defense so far. We thought we'd be seeing a lot more offense, that's for sure.
Exactly. If you watch a showcase tournament, you're expecting the dunks and the flashy passes, and I'm sure we'll get them at some point. But the defense And the all-around basketball acumen of all of these players we've seen has been very fun to watch.
Cameron Cunningham sinks the second free throw. 26-21, Team Fehringer leads. Team Plona bringing it up, A.J. Johnson. He's got Jacobs on him. Johnson shifts right, pick from Manuel, pulls up from three, off the front of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Dasher, no good again. Jalen Shaw with another big rebound, and here comes Team Fehringer in transition, but it's turned over yet again. Justin Johnson now, he'll give it a try. Drives in hard with the right hand, no good.
Justin Johnson doing a great job at showing that he can get his open shot, one of the smallest players you'll see in the tournament as Team Fehringer turns the ball over. He's going to have to showcase to these recruits that he can hang with the land of the Giants and get his open shot when he wants it.
Jalen Shaw trying to do his best point guard impersonation, looking for the lob on the baseline. Pass goes out of bounds and back to Team Plona. Manuel over to Justin Johnson. Johnson on the drive, kicks it over to the corner to Dasher for three. Money.
Defensive misstep, to say the least, from Fehringer. You cannot leave somebody wide open in the corner, especially someone as lethal as Dasher from three-point range.
Dasher shot 36.7% from beyond the arc last season, as we see a strong take from Travis Henson, finishing up and above the defense with the left.
One of the prettiest floaters you'll see in any gym anywhere.
A.J. Johnson with some pesky defense on him from Malik Jacobs. Isaiah Dasher gets it back and hopes to reset here for Team Plona. Pick from Gideon George. Over to Justin Johnson. Johnson pulls up for three, long. Rebound by Jalen Shaw. He's been eating glass so far.
Johnson and Malik Jacobs has been so fun to watch. The one-on-one defense at all ends of the court.
Here we see another take from Cameron Cunningham. Hard off the backboard and no good. Valdir Manuel in transition with the rebound, gives it up ahead. We were about to see some showtime tactics from Isaiah Dasher, but the shot was blocked. And it'll stay with Team Plona, it looks like.
You know he wants that one back. He wants that one back for sure. Great play by Manuel to get the pass to him. Better defense.
So we see Jalen Shaw get a breather, a much-deserved breather. Travis Henson also taking a break. Great anticipation again, this time from Elton Walker. And it'll stay with Team Plona, this time a side out.
Going off of what we said earlier, this is a very untraditional showcase game so far. There have been no easy buckets, to my knowledge, other than that three in the corner we just saw. These guys are working their butts off on all ends of the court.
It's become a full court game very fast. We see Dasher with a strong take. Shot was blocked. Here's a big heave down court and some more sloppy basketball, just unable to hold on to it. And it looks like it'll be a turnover back to Team Plona.
That pass was treading a fine line between bad and beautiful. He was this close to hitting him right in the spot.
Another steal going the other way. Jacobs up to J-Ned, blocked at the other end, but they call goaltending on Gideon George.
You know Gideon George is not happy with that one.
It was almost an immediate stare down right towards our direction on the sideline official here.
Absolutely. That's another thing that people have to look out for, keeping their cool in front of these recruits. We know these coaches don't want a hothead. And Gideon George did a fantastic job of that.
A.J. Johnson.
I just said that could be a fun story. You could talk to those guys after.
Malik Jacobs is really just been pesky. 10-second violation called. Wow. When's the last time you've seen that, Trent, in the college game?
It's been a long time. It's been a long time, to say the least. The defense by Malik Jacobs on A.J. Johnson, using his size to his advantage beautifully, and it ends up in a turnover.
Team Fehringer gets the ball back. We see Renee on the move. J-Ned for three at the top of the arc. No good. Hard off back iron. Starks with the rebound. They look to go in transition. Team Plona starts with two on him. Gives it over to A.J. Johnson. Now to Harding on the wing. Harding looking to cook. Back out to A.J. Johnson. Team Plona looking to reset. 16 on the shot clock. Harding for three. Good.
Harding putting that stroke on full display, showing that he's a bucket from anywhere outside the perimeter.
3:40 remaining, 30-27 the score. Team Fehringer clinging on to a 3-point lead as we see a tough drive inside from Jamel Horton, gets it up and good.
Beautiful hezzy by Horton, creating what would be a tough shot into just an easy layup.
Lob pass down low, caught, reestablished, and thrown down by Adong McCoy. A little too easily for Coach Fehringer's lightly, and a timeout called on the floor. 32-29 the score, 3:20 remaining here in the first half. Mike Warren, Trent Osborne on the call. You're tuned in to JA45 Live.
I was going to be like, I don't know how you lose someone who's 6'9", but damn it.
Come back from the break with that. Okay. Go over that last play. Okay. Welcome you back into Titan Fieldhouse here in Melbourne, Florida at Eastern Florida State College for the JA45 Basketball Showcase. Last 12 minutes of basketball, Team Plona has been on a 28-20 run. However, they still trail by 3 with 3:20 to go, and we just saw a timeout called. Trent, what happened on that last play? Adong McCoy wide open down low.
Aiding to that 28-21, Adong McCoy, a full court pass. No one was even near him. I'm not sure how you lose somebody who's 6'9", like McCoy, but it works out in Plona's favor.
Somehow found a way to sneak behind the defense and get an easy deuce. Out of the timeout, Team Fehringer. Some careless passing, stolen by A.J. Johnson. They'll go in transition. Team Plona. Johnson, a strong take, dumps it out to Gideon George. Pump fakes, goes up strong with the right hand, gets the basket and the foul.
He's showing off a great trait for a big man to have patience down low. Don't try and force something if it's not there. His patience created a much easier shot than he had originally.
Gideon George, second time, earning a 3-point play. Gideon George from Mina, Nigeria, New Mexico junior college product. He's planning to graduate in May of 2020. So it looks like there might be a lane violation. And they ruled a jump ball. It will be Team Fehringer ball.
Appeared to be an airballed free throw, but we're not sure what the officials called just then.
The one ref said jump ball, did he not? I thought I heard him say that.
I'm not sure. They must have just called the airballed free throw, and it is Team Fehringer's ball.
We see Jacobs go to work. Dumps it down low to J-Ned. J-Ned strong, but earns the foul. Trip to the line for 2. A.J. Johnson, the little guard, coming in and trying to help the best he can. He gets the foul.
On the baseline nearest to us, Gideon George was this close to jumping that pass from behind, and he would have had a half court of space to do with whatever he pleased at the other end of the floor.
Jonathan Ned, first attempt is good.
J-Ned must feel comfortable. He's one of the multiple players who actually play at Eastern Florida State. Should be a very comfortable home field advantage for him in this game.
He got to talk with his coach before the game, and he was saying he's really excited for him to get things going today. He had really good practice this morning. As he misses the second attempt there, Harding from deep downtown, he got it to go.
Harding doing his best Eric Gordon impression, just pulling up in transition. Doesn't matter where it is, hand up, so what? He drains the three with no difficulty.
Harding got his legs under him on that one for sure. As Team Plona takes the lead. J-Ned from the top of the key, no good. A.J. Johnson, the smallest guy on the court, pulls down the rebound. Here comes Starks in transition. The dump down pass to McCoy. Can't handle it. Fancy spin move from Jamel Horton. The lob down low. One more pass to Elton Walker for the easy deuce.
What a transition. Horton putting him in the spin cycle to create the great pass. Great passing down low, 3 of them to be exact, resulting in an easy bucket down low.
A.J. Johnson looking to reestablish the pace for his team. Pass over to Harding, stolen by Jacobs. Jacobs down low to Elton Walker for the left-handed finish. Transition basketball, Trent. It's been the common theme so far.
Absolutely. Fehringer just got the lead back. They lost it for a few seconds. Other than that small amount of time that Plona was on top, Fehringer has been in the lead the entire game.
See an off-ball foul called on the low block. And it looks like it'll be Team Fehringer ball, an offensive foul. Called away from the action, and some subs coming in now for Team Plona.
Fehringer definitely wants to close out this half strong, walk into halftime with some momentum. They've taken some shots these last 10 minutes after dominating the opening sprint.
Jacobs will bring it up for Team Fehringer, clinging on to that 3-point lead. 1:18 remaining in the first half. Elton Walker goes to work, pulls up, shot blocked by McCoy, going the other way. Here comes Dasher.
Looked like some contact up there at the top of the shot, no foul called.
Dump down low to Valdir Manuel, soft finish above the rim for 2.
May have gotten away with a little bit of a step there, maybe, just maybe.
37-36 the score. Team Fehringer clinging on to that 1-point lead. Jamel Horton on the wing, looks to go to work on Isaiah Dasher. Spin move inside, up with the right hand, and good.
He's got more nerve than I do, driving into a paint that includes McCoy and Manuel at the same time.
A fearless driver. Jamel Horton with the deuce. 29 seconds remaining, shot clock with 19 seconds and counting. Starks dumps it to McCoy, another turnover. Here comes Team Fehringer. J-Ned up to Horton. Horton the lob, the finish. We see a throwdown. Elton Walker, two-handed jam.
J-Ned showing he can dish it out and he can take it as a foul is called on the floor.
41-36 the score, 11.1 remaining. And we finally see some of that above the rim antics we've been waiting for, Trent. That flashy pass from Jonathan Ned to Elton Walker.
Absolutely. Everybody playing in all of these games you will watch today are 45 of the best non-D1 players in the entire country. They can all play above the rim. They're all some of the best passers you will see at this level. High level play at all ends.
Manuel, the 17-footer, air ball, no good. Rebounded by Elton Walker, 5 seconds, 4, 3. J-Ned pulls up on the wing for 3, no good. And that'll do it for the first half. 41-36 the score. Team Fehringer. A lot of up and down in that first half, a lot of defense, and a little bit of flashes of above the rim offense too. 41-36 here at the Titan Fieldhouse. We'll be right back with the second half after these messages. Welcome you back here to the Titan Fieldhouse in Melbourne, Florida, at Eastern Florida State College for the JA45 basketball showcase. Second half, Team Plona in purple, Team Fehringer in red. As Mikkel Starks will inbound for Team Plona, trailing by 5 at the half, 41-36. See a pass down to Starks. Starks will give it down to Manuel. Looks to go to work on Shaw. Back out to Starks. Good two-man game from Starks to Manuel. Goes high up above the rim. Gets the hoop and the harm.
Beautiful use of the pick and roll by Starks and beautiful use of his 6'10" frame by Valdir Manuel.
Valdir Manuel to the line for 2.
Second team All-American. The scouting report has Manuel listed soft hands, good footwork, and with occasional three-point range as we see him cash in on the extra free throw. Trims it to a 2-point game.
And if that guy can get his threes falling, that'll just make your heart skip a beat having to plan for him.
Jalen Shaw goes back to work down low. He earns a foul, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Battle of the bigs to start the second half, Trent.
Absolutely. They were going at it in the first half, and obviously things have not changed out of the break. They definitely want to get their points down low.
Jalen Shaw out of Elgin, Illinois. Triton College product. He was all-state in high school, misses the first. 10.7 points per game, 7 rebounds per game, and shoots it at a 60% clip from the field.
Absolutely great at getting open, and once he gets open, he's even better at finishing it off.
As he cashes in on the second opportunity. 3-point lead, 42-39, as we just getting underway with the second half. Horton, full court pressure on Starks. Starks clears it. Here comes McCoy with a pick. Uses it. And a moving screen called on Adong McCoy. Second one called today. And it'll be Team Fehringer ball.
The defensive intensity has been great on both sides, but especially at the point guard position. It's been full court, full go the entire time, and these guys are not tiring one bit.
If there ever was a time for these guards to display the capabilities of being able to switch pace and play within different paces and speeds, it's today. As we see James Johnson with a strong rebound off the Shaw miss. Johnson going coast to coast, kicks it down to the corner to Dasher. Dasher to McCoy. Turn and face, pull-up jumper, good.
Great use of his size by McCoy there, able to step back, get his open shot, and finish it off.
And that's a move a lot of college coaches are looking for. That back to the basket, can he turn and face and hit the 10 to 12 footer? Just proving right there he can. Double team out on Henson, now the other end. Deep three for Nicholas Rene Hutau.
Yeah, don't expect that term to go away anytime soon. Deep three, NBA three, however you want to say it. These guys are pulling from all places of the court.
Mikkel Starks with a strong drive, no good, off the back of the glass. Transition the other way. We almost saw some Showtime, Trent, but that ball got deflected. Travis Henson was looking to put somebody on a poster.
Travis Henson has been trying to end up on Bleacher Report all day long. You have to feel like he's going to get there eventually.
We'll stay with Team Fehringer on the baseline. Shaw with the drive, earns the foul. He'll go to the line again for 2.
Great maneuver there by Shaw. You can tell when he was midair, he tried to go for the layup, but instead he turned his body and took the foul.
Jalen Shaw to the line.
Shaw hard on the first attempt. See some subs coming in now for Team Plona. Looks like it'll be Darius Harding getting back out onto the court, along with Gideon George and A.J. Johnson. See Dasher and Malik Starks take a trot to the bench.
A.J. Johnson back in there.
And it seems like they have 6 guys on the court right now. One more is going to have to come off, and it'll be Adong McCoy.
The level of play we've seen from these two teams has been so much fun to watch. It's virtually a JUCO all-star game. Some of the best players from around the world, some from France, some from Canada, and these guys have all migrated to this one gym, Eastern Florida State College, and these recruits are trying to see who they want to bring up to the next level.
Full court pressure has been the common theme. Gideon George gets it past half court with a quick half court trap from Team Fehringer. Knocked out of bounds, and it'll stay with Team Plona, but that's the pressure Team Fehringer was hoping for. A lot of commotion coming off of their bench.
Absolutely, and you got to be excited about that. Great defense from Fehringer. Also a great job by Gideon George as Darius Harding coming right at us.
Chases that one down. Harding with a strong take, right-handed, high off the glass for two.
He is scoring in every way imaginable right now. 3 feet behind the three-point line or in contention down under the rim, it doesn't matter.
Harding's got 10. 8 at halftime. Renee Huts out for 3, no good. A.J. Johnson, the full court heave to Justin Johnson, who couldn't handle the pass. Out of bounds, and it'll be a turnover. Team Fehringer ball.
Oh, things were this close to getting real fun for Team Plona, but just couldn't handle it once he had it down low.
Cameron Cunningham on the wing. Gets it down to Shaw. Shaw versus Manuel. That's been the big body matchup on the block all day. Turn and scoops it in for 2.
Academic hook shot there by Jalen Shaw.
See the quick 2-dribble, powered in, and just graceful with that right hand. 48-43 the score. A.J. Johnson clears it past half court. Johnson drives in. Nothing he likes. Harding from the corner for 3. Down it goes.
If there's been anyone who sticks out in this game, it is most definitely Darius Harding. This guy's been a walking bucket all over the court in this game.
He's got 13 points to tie the leading scorer, Elton Walker, on Team Fehringer. So we see a pass in to Jamel Horton.
A.J. Johnson did not like that one bit.
Some subs now for Team Fehringer. We'll see the talk of the town for Team Fehringer come back in. Malik Jacobs, he was everywhere in the first half.
Malik Jacobs, as you said, been all over the court. It's huge for Fehringer to have him back in at this game. Only a 2-point game.
Jonathan Ned from 3. In and out. Almost a putback dunk from Elton Walker, unable to obtain it. Harding in transition, over to Gideon George. Harding trying to get free. George penetrates, ball batted around on the floor, dives for it is Shaw. Out of bounds, it'll stay with Team Plona. 17 seconds on the shot clock.
You see the intensity there from Jalen Shaw. Great hustle play. You can tell all over the court with all these players, this isn't just some showcase. These guys are competitive. They're going at it hard-nosed every minute of the game. They want to show these recruiters that they care about the team and they care about playing hard and they care about winning games.
We mentioned earlier there is a handful, and that might be underselling it, of Division I coaches here today. We mentioned Tom Crean in the first half. He's still in attendance. He was hanging out on that baseline. I think he found a seat now. He's up against the wall in the corner here. He's got a notepad. He's taking some notes. He's liking what he sees so far, if I had to guess. A lot of athleticism.
Absolutely. You look at these players. You've got coaches in the crowd that have been to Final Fours. The acumen of these coaches cannot be understated either.
Gideon George pulls up from the corner for 3, and down it goes. 49-48, Team Plona taking the lead.
We haven't had an opportunity to say that much in this game. Great steal by A.J. Johnson. He's being trailed by Malik Jacobs. Great pass, and he finishes it down low, him being Justin Johnson.
A.J. Johnson. We asked Coach Plona earlier to evaluate A.J. Johnson for us, and he said, well, we only did half-court drill, so I didn't get to see his speed yet. We got to see it right there with the anticipation and defense.
Great play by them. Johnson & Johnson attorneys at buckets. Getting that play finished down low as Jalen Shaw tries to finish it. Great rebound, puts it back in.
Persistence is the key for Jalen Shaw as he bats it around and gets it to go.
If you notice, Fehringer have stopped their full court presses. I bet A.J. Johnson likes that. Nice change of pace for him coming up the court.
As we see Manuel get left alone down low. Jalen Shaw came up a little too high in the defense. Wide open for Valdir Manuel, but pass goes awry. It'll stay here with Team Plona as we see another 3-man sub coming in.
You can You can just tell how dangerous Manuel is down low. He hasn't impacted the stat sheet so much, but that is because anytime he touches the ball, Fehringer swarms to him, and they will not let him get the chance to show what he can do.
He definitely demands at least one defender on him at all times. More likely, we've seen, like you said, 2 to 3 guys on him. So we see Adong McCoy with a strong finish in the lane, fighting over 2 defenders.
Great footwork while contested. That is definitely something recruiters are going to like.
53-50 the score. Team Plona clinging on to a 3-point lead. Malik Jacobs loses the ball but gets it back, and Team Fehringer looking to reestablish their pace. So we see Jonathan Ned get his shot blocked on the baseline. Team Plona in transition. Starks down to Adong McCoy. McCoy out to Gideon George. George cooks, pulls up on the wing, off front iron. Jonathan Ned in transition. Over to the corner to Renee Hutow for 3, no good. Gideon George another rebound and gives it over to Starks.
Hutow, if you notice, wearing a headband. That has been a trend that has come up in all levels of basketball, as you see a great finish down low from Isaiah Dasher.
Good job from Dasher to shield his body and get the reverse layup. 5-point lead now for Team Plona. Malik Jacobs. Some pesky defense being shown by Mikkel Starks. He shakes his head at Jacobs saying, no, you don't. You see a foul called away from the action. Baseline official on the call. Looks like it'll be on Darius Harding with the hold.
How much fun is Mikkel Starks having in this game? Shaking his head off a great defense, clapping, showing his emotion as he gets a steal right there.
He's been patient. He's been very patient so far, taking his time, letting the game come to him. Some fancy dribbling. Out to Gideon George for 3. In and out. Put back from Dasher, no good. Rebounded by McCoy. McCoy out to Gideon George. Thinks about a 3, no. Dumps it down to Dasher, up and in.
Great selfless basketball. That entire possession by Plona, and it ends up in 2 points.
Jamel Horton. Over to Elton Walker. 57-50 the score. As we see Gideon George slam it down with 2 hands. 59-50, it's been all Team Plona in the second half. 12:33 remaining and a timeout on the floor. You're tuned in to JA45 Live. And we're back at the Titan Fieldhouse, Eastern Florida State College JA45 basketball showcase. Team Fehringer in the red and black jerseys. Team Plona in the purple and orange. And Trent, this second half, it's been all Team Plona playing some defense and capitalizing on turnovers at the other end.
Absolutely great individual play from all their players as Elton Walker draws the foul down low. Great individual play from everyone on Plona, but the way they have oiled together as a machine has been beautiful to watch, and it's represented on the scoreboard.
These teams have only had about an hour to practice together, other than the time that they've spent, before getting here, and some of these guys played together previously. But not a lot of time to build that chemistry, as you said. It's been tough for these guys to establish a true rhythm, but we're seeing it now in the second half. Maybe it'll just take a game for these guys to get a feel for one another.
Of course, yes. Plona started out, they were at a 12-1 deficit, and as the game has gone on, they have just gotten better and better and better. It's a great job by Coach Plona, for sure.
Elton Walker capitalizes on the second shot of his 2. He's got 14 points. So we see Mikkel Starks back out. Some pesky defense from Malik Jacobs. Ball on the ground, stolen. Here comes Horton, sorry. Horton to Hodges. On the wing to Walker for three, no good. Rebounded by McCoy and over to Dasher. Team Plona.
Almost a jelly pass there. I don't think I've ever seen that before, but it was nice.
Strong take from Isaiah Dasher, taking the contact from two defenders and finishes with the right hand. What a take. 61-51, 10-point Plona lead.
Fehringer should be looking to use that size advantage that Jacobs has on Starks. Starks is no slouch on the defensive end, but they need to take advantage of any mismatch they can find.
Elton Walker with the shake and bake. Finishes with the left. What a drive we just saw.
Fehringer sticking in it. You wouldn't have thought we'd be saying that early on in the first half, but they're doing a great job at staying in.
Isaiah Dasher with the crossover and the emphatic one-handed slam. It's a 10-point game.
Beautiful.
Wow. Jacobs from downtown, no good. Rebounded by Renee Hutau. Jab step, pulls it back out, and they'll reset to Jonathan Ned. Ned over to Horton. Horton hesitates, drives, pulls up from the charity stripe, no good. Gideon George with another rebound. Team Plona now in transition. Here comes Harding. Harding on the drive, strong with the right hand, but no good.
Gideon George is stuffing that stat sheet right now as he maintains the possession.
As a travel called on Gideon George, scrapping around for the loose ball on the ground, trying to find the money shooter in Darius Harding on the wing.
Big scrum. Whenever a big scrum like that happens, more often than not, there's somebody open on the corner. It was a great idea for him to look for those shots.
Some subs coming in now for both teams. A.J. Johnson back into the game. Gideon George and Isaiah Dasher getting a breather along with Adung McCoy. Valdir Manuel back into the game. Justin Johnson as well. Jonathan Ned on the drive. Crossover, pulls back, fade away off the back of the rim. No good.
Perfect defense there by Justin Johnson on J-Ned. As Darius Harding from three. No.
An aggressive shot from Harding. That is his shot he has in the gym range. We talked to a couple of coaches before the game that said that this kid can shoot the lights out. Once he gets going, all he needs is a little bit of confidence and he can find his stroke. Turnover yet again. We'll see Team Fehringer. Malik Jacobs bring it up.
A.J. Johnson and Starks out on the court now.
Strong take from Jacobs. He earns the foul on Johnson.
Exactly what I said earlier. Jacobs needs to take advantage of that size mismatch. It's there with Malik Starks. It's even more evident with A.J. Johnson.
A.J. Johnson, 5'9" point guard from Melbourne, Florida.
Johnson having a conversation with the official there, sticking his elbow out in emotion.
Maybe he wanted that offensive foul call, the free hand. Might have felt that Jacobs got away with one.
Well, the ball don't lie.
See a lane violation being called. Team Plona gets the ball back. Justin Johnson on the inbound to A.J. Johnson. And that full court pressure being back, we'll see the defensive catalyst for Team Fehringer, Malik Hodges in the game, forces a turnover there.
Great awareness by Renee Hatu.
We see a foul called on the loose ball. Justin Johnson thought he had a little highway robbery there and was going to be off for take flight, but unfortunately a loose ball foul is called. We see players trying to mop up some of the perspiration on the ground.
Absolutely. It may be good for EFSC that they did call that, because if they didn't blow that whistle, they might have needed the new backboard.
Some of the dunks we saw in pregame and in the open gym practices, insane. You said it. You even said it to me. I'm surprised they're letting them dunk. They look like they could bring the rim down. I mean, we're seeing these baskets hoisted up from the ceiling. They were really rattling the rim.
Yeah, absolutely. I was astounded that the university would let them dunk, not just dunk, but dunk to the degree that they are, but they understand the opportunity that's in front of them, the opportunity to play in front of coaches like Tom Crean and play in front of universities like Miami and LSU and Wichita State. They weren't going to let a couple of bylaws in the rule book get in the way of them showing what they can do.
So we see the inbound will come right over in front of us in the booth. See Elton Walker. He's got 14 points so far in this one. Leading scorer, led all scorers at the half. A.J. Johnson, full court pressure on Jacobs. Jacobs dumps it down low to Walker. Easy left-handed layup. Good vision from Jacobs.
Harding was drawn away with the help, and it drew the perfect lane for Jacobs to make that pass down low.
Seeing more of the full court defense become prominent in this game. Justin Johnson gets it on the wing, looks to post up, spin move, elevates, gets it to rattle home, friendly bounce in for two.
Beautiful shot from Justin Johnson.
Fehringer the other way now. Elton Walker the drive, Jacobs for the spot up three, and down it goes. 65-59 the score. Team Plona holding on to a 6-point lead. A.J. Johnson looks to drive, gives it to Harding. Harding pump fakes, drives, goes up with the left, misses, but gets a foul called. Looks like he'll earn another trip to the charity stripe.
Just showing once again the diversity he has on the offensive end when holding the rock. He can drive, he can shoot it, he can kick it. He's shown these recruits here today that he can do it all.
And did you see how much respect he has just on the pump fake alone? I mean, he had the defender almost leave his feet just from him not even moving the ball, but getting his legs in that stance to get ready to shoot. That was when we really saw the defense adjust, and that's what helped create that path for him to earn a trip to the line for two.
Absolutely, and it goes into what he can do. If you've got a player like that who can score in any way, you have to be prepared for everything, and that creates a much better opportunity to get somebody off their feet like he did.
Harding sinks the second one at the line, 66-59 the score. 7-point lead for Team Plona wearing the purple. Jonathan Ned from the wing, no good. Valdir Manuel with the rebound. Here comes Harding now for Team Plona in transition. Hesitation dribble. Gives it over to Justin Johnson. Johnson dumps it to Manuel. Manuel turns and faces. Step back jumper long. Nothing but nothing on that one. Here comes Jonathan Ned in transition. The hesitation pass down low now to Travis Henson with a strong left-handed finish. Travis Henson with the easy deuce. It's a 5-point game with a timeout on the floor. 7:57 remaining in the second half. 66-61, Team Plona. You're tuned in to the JA45 Live Tournament. And we welcome you back to Melbourne, Florida, here at Eastern Florida State College. Team Plona in the purple and orange, holding on to a 66-61 lead. Team Fehringer in the red and black. It was all Team Fehringer for the most part in that first half. Team Plona with a surge at the end of the first half to cut it within five, excuse me. 41-36 was the halftime score. And it's really been all Team Plona since.
Absolutely. Plona has implemented this smaller guard lineup of Johnson and Starks, and they've seen a lot of success with it so far.
Johnson over to Justin Johnson, who pulls up from the elbow, off the back iron, no good. Jonathan Ned in transition, the hometown native, tries to look for his teammate, Travis Henson, and that pass goes out of bounds, another turnover.
Justin Johnson's been a little quiet today, but don't be fooled by it so far. That guy is a lethal scorer from all ends of the court, and they have to watch out for him.
Starks playing a little two-man game. Floater in the lane, got it.
The quickest release on a floater I've ever seen in my life, but it goes down like butter.
Cal Starks plays with a fair amount of patience, really does a good job of letting the game come to him. See Jamel Horton isolates, drives, gets swatted down low by Valdir Manuel.
We said it earlier, but if I had to drive and Valdir Manuel was down there, my life would flash before my eyes. But great job of Horton staying focused, even if his shot was blocked at the rim.
Justin Johnson will get a breather for Team Plona as we see Jonathan Ned from the corner for three, and down it goes.
Huge shot from J. Ned for Fehringer. It's a 4-point game with under 7 minutes to go.
Starks down to Johnson, back out to Gideon George, pulls it for three. No good, hard off back iron. Fight for the ball down low. Manuel dives for it, rebounded by Horton. The lob now up and throws it down. Travis Henson from Cameron Cunningham.
Starks made a business decision. He was in no man's land. He made a very intelligent move by staying out of the way. What a dunk and what a lob.
Starks now at the other end finds A.J. Johnson. Now over to Isaiah Dasher. Dasher pulls it out, gives it to Manuel. Valdir Manuel, they call an offensive foul. Looks like they got him with the free hand poking at Jalen Shaw.
Couldn't see as he'll go to the bench. You can definitely see frustration on the face of Manuel after that call.
68-66 the score. Team Plona up by 2. Team Fehringer looking to tie the game or maybe even take the lead with a 3. Horton into Shaw. Shaw with the spin move, loses the ball, regathers, goes back to work. Cross-court pass to Cunningham, buries the 3.
We have us a ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Fehringer just took a 1-point lead off that shot.
69-68 the score. Another 3 at the other end, this time from Darius Harding is no good. Jonathan Ned in transition, finds it on the wing to Horton, bang! Jamel Horton, it's raining threes for Team Fehringer. 72-68 the score. Just over 5 minutes remaining in the second half, and the scorers are starting to come alive, Trent.
Yeah, absolutely. You can tell they're feeling it. The momentum shift in the last few minutes has been huge for Fehringer, and Plona needs to respond and respond quick.
Gideon George on the drive, takes Jonathan Ned all the way to the basket, tipped out, no good. McCoy with the rebound, strong take, earns the foul in traffic. He got Shaw to get off his feet there and went up when he was coming down. He'll earn a trip to the line for 2.
Did a fantastic job. He is attacking those boards with relentless ferocity, and he gets the foul in return.
So you see Adong McCoy hit the first shot. We highlighted McCoy earlier in this game. He led the league in shots blocked this season. Listed as an elite shot blocker with an offensive game that is consistently developing, according to the scouting report here at the JA45 Combine.
He has shown he's more than an interesting prospect in this game so far. Shaw isn't able to get it to go, but he will get the foul.
Good take from Jalen Shaw. He lost it, looked like, for a second there. Thought he wanted to throw it down by the motion, you could see. Loses it, but nonetheless earns himself a trip to the charity stripe.
You know, deep down, all these guys want to throw it. They want to throw it down in every possible chance they get, whether it's A.J. Johnson or Valdir Manuel. They all want to play in the skies.
Jalen Shaw to the line.
Shaw has been clocking in some serious minutes here in the second half.
He was big on the glass for Team Fehringer in the first half, corralling his fair share of rebounds as he makes the first free throw. Makes it a 4-point game. Shaw's second shot is good. 74-69, 4:46 to go. Team Plona with the ball. Mikkel Starks looks to set up the offense. Uses the pick from McCoy over to Harding. Floater, no good.
Harding's shot has not been falling here in the fourth quarter.
Jonathan Ned, another rebound. Cameron Cunningham in the corner. Pulls it out up top and they'll reset. Gives it out to Horton. Jamel Horton on the drive. Earns the foul. And I think they called that one on the floor.
I believe they did. A bit of a curious one there. A.J. Johnson comes in for Mikkel Starks.
Inbound over to Travis Henson, who hoists one from deep. No good. A.J. Johnson at 5'9" corrals the rebound over Jamel Horton.
Plona got fortunate there. The second I saw Henson get the ball, I said to myself, that's too much space, and he almost made him pay for it.
Justin Johnson with the gritty drive and finish.
That is exactly what we were talking about earlier with Justin Johnson. He can come alive at any second, and the second he does, it's going to spell trouble for Team Fehringer.
Partially is me wanting to have been saying it the whole game because of all of the college basketball I've watched previously, but his game truly does resemble one of Justin Jackson, the former wing player at North Carolina, now playing for the Dallas Mavericks in the NBA. A lanky 6'7" wing who can put the ball on the floor. Really good spot-up shooter, and we're seeing him utilizing his floater last couple possessions. Justin Johnson.
No doubt. The first name is not the only thing they have in common.
A lot of similarities in their game as well. Team Fehringer looking to extend this 2-point lead after the made free throws. Horton for three. Bang!
He saw it. That was a very calculated three-point shot there from Horton. He looked at the feet, saw the space, and took his shot when he had it.
Justin Johnson on the drive now. Another strong drive from Justin Johnson. Goes to the hop step, and it looks like it's another shooting foul.
They cannot let him come alive.
Sometimes for a scorer like Johnson, all it takes is a couple of trips to the free throw line to see the ball go in the basket, and after that, the rest is history. It'll be a good thing for Team Plona if they can get him going.
This is such a mental game. The game of basketball is, and stuff like that, it matters. It might seem silly to people who've never played the game before, but stuff like that, it does add up. It's another notch on the belt as Johnson finishes it with no issue.
Valdir Manuel back into the ball game. Gideon George will get a breather. Team Plona down by 4. Just over 3 minutes to go, 3.5 minutes to go.
Team Plona's Twin Towers, as you said, back into the game. McCoy and Manuel.
See Jacobs on the drive. Takes it in with the right. Rolls all the way around. Rebound by Elton Walker. Kicks it out to Horton. Horton, flashy pass behind. Back to Walker. A.J. Johnson with the tip pass, recovered by Renee.
What a beautiful hustle play by A.J. Johnson as they force the shot clock violation.
Some scrappy basketball there over that last 30 seconds. I even forgot to keep track of the shot clock there. As the shot clock, the first one of the tournament, first one of the day, is called. A.J. Johnson, as you mentioned, Trent, the pesky defense there.
In particular, Adong McCoy down low, perfect defense, staying completely straight up, not causing a foul and causing disruption down low.
And Valdir Manuel gets caught shuffling his feet that time. Good backdoor pass to him, but unable to establish himself on that block. Got a little rattled, it seemed, by the defender.
Plona's going to want that one back as they're down 4 with now under 3 minutes to go in the game.
77-73 the score. Team Fehringer clinging on to that 4-point lead as we reach near that 2-minute mark. As we We see Malik Jacobs earn a trip to the line. He looked like he's hobbling a little bit, might have tweaked that ankle on the drive, maybe stepped on somebody's foot.
He's walking gingerly. He motions over to his coach. I believe they're going to keep him in the game after this.
He's got my personal favorite pair of shoes on, Jordan Concords.
Can't go wrong with any Air Jordan, if you ask me. Interesting by Team Fehringer, Jalen Shaw not on the court in these important minutes. Be interesting to see how Coach Fehringer handles him and his play in the game these last 2.5 minutes.
Seems like the common trend for Fehringer has been find shooters in space. That's how they've sort of gotten out to this lead, as we see Jacobs missed a free throw, but Hutau brings it in.
You don't see someone getting an offensive rebound over Vadir Manuel often.
So we see Horton. Jamel Horton on the drive, loses it, gets it back, dumps it out to Renee Hutau. Back over to Horton in the corner, hoists one from deep. Off the side of the rim, tipped back up, no good.
Thought about it too much.
Rebound from Justin Johnson, passes tipped, looking for A.J. Johnson. And it'll stay with Team Plona. 2 minutes to go here from Eastern Florida State College at the Titan Fieldhouse. Team Fehringer clinging onto a 5-point lead, blocked shot by Travis Henson, down to Valdir Manuel, goes up strong, no good. McCoy with the rebound, but Jacobs with the steal. Manuel takes a tumble. Oh, wow. My word, Travis Henson trying to throw down the tomahawk.
We almost had to call an ambulance. That could have been an issue.
That man has a family.
He does have a family, and luckily he still has it after that. Goodness gracious, that would have been something.
Wow. Just the attempt itself was something to watch, as we'll see Henson sink the first free throw. Washington, D.C. native, went to Angelina College. Two-time DMV top 100 player. And it's a very, very talented area, that Virginia, Washington area around there in the DMV, so to speak.
Absolutely.
Henson sinks both.
The area that produced Carmelo Anthony.
A.J. Johnson cranking up the pace a little bit, gets it past half court. He takes Jacobs into the lane. And it looks like Jamel Horton gets called for helping out.
Team Plona has to play with a sense of urgency right now. Under 1.5 minutes left, they've got 7 points to overcome if they want to win this game.
80-73, Dasher drives, gets the foul call, and he'll earn himself a trip to the line.
One of the best outcomes you can want. The clock stops, they get 2 easy shots at the free throw line. And it's a moment to take a breather without having to use a timeout.
Dasher's first shot, hard off back iron, and Trent, this is a time where every point is very critical. As you mentioned, just 1 minute and 23 to go in this one. 80-73. Those of you just joining us at the JA45.
They've got a mountain to overcome. That free throw right there will help. 6-point deficit.
80-74. 123 remaining. Big inbounds pass, gets it in. Now to Henson. Travis Henson out to Jamel Horton. 1:15 to go. Defense cranking up for Plona. Horton with the floater off the glass and good.
Horton not content to just run out the clock. He's trying to win the game, not lose it. Oh, a scary fall there. Scary fall by Isaiah Dasher.
Strong take from Dasher, went up with the right, and that's the second time we've seen him get hit in the head or the face area on a drive. This time it was called.
First thing he did when he fell was hold his face, took a serious shot there on midair.
Isaiah Dasher to the line.
It's an 8-point game, 1:04 remaining. Chance to bring it within 6. Dasher's first shot is good. 7-point lead now.
Something else these recruiters are going to look for, toughness and mental fortitude. Hitting free throws after taking a shot like that is exactly what they want.
And Dasher sinks the second. It's a 6-point game, plenty of time left, 1:04, full court pressure being applied here from Team Plona. Gideon George with some lengthy defense, tips a pass up to Horton now. And Dasher will intentionally foul Horton, and it looks like we'll start to play the free throw game for the remaining 55.7 in this contest.
And a platoon swap for Team Plona.
Looking like they're going to bring back their glass eater in Adong McCoy, their sharpshooter in Darius Harding. And another foul, this time on Mikkel Starks. As we see a timeout on the floor called by Team Plona. 82-76 the score, 52.2 seconds remaining here in game one of the JA45 basketball showcase. We'll be right back. .2 seconds remaining here in the second half of game one of the JA45 basketball showcase. Team Fehringer in the red and black. Team Plona in the purple and orange. It's been a highly touted contest so far. A lot of great athletes displayed as a risky inbounds pass is into Elton Walker. Kicks it over to Horton, and a quick foul called. Justin Johnson.
This will be a great opportunity for recruiters to see that clutch gene in players and their ability to hit the free throws when it matters the most.
They call them free throws, but they definitely are not free.
Especially when it's a single-digit game with 47.5 seconds on the clock.
Horton makes a pair at that trip of the line. Starks to Harding for a deep three. No good. 38.1 left. And looks like Team Fehringer is seizing control of this one.
You can't really complain about that shot. Harding's been hitting that shot all day. Believe it or not, he does practice it. We can attest to that. And he had an open shot, and 3 points would be huge at this point in the game.
So we see Jamel Horton earn another trip to the line via intentional foul. 84-76, chance to make it a 10-point game with just 37 seconds to go.
How huge has Jamal Horton been for Team Fehringer in the last 10 or so minutes?
He's definitely done a little bit of everything. He's been their point guard, he's been their wing player, a little bit of defense. Starks brings it up now for Plona, hoists a three, hard off back iron, no good. Jacobs gets the rebound. He's been all over the place for Team Fehringer. Full court pass, risky, but brought in by Elton Walker. 18 seconds to go, shot clock unplugged. Fehringer can just sit on this one for the rest of the game, but Team Plona not giving up by any means. Jacobs now on the wing, over to Walker. Now back to Nicholas Rene Hutau. And they will just dribble this one out as Team Fehringer will go ahead and win game one, 84-76. And that'll do it in this one. Special thanks to Mike Parsons, Sports Information Director for Eastern Florida State College. Another special shout out to Brandon Goebel of JUCOAdvocate.com, Nathan LeClaire, verbalcommits.com, and Lynn Cundiff for all their help putting this together. A great showcase. Game 2 coming up here in just a little bit. For Trent Osborne, I'm Mike Warren. Thank you guys for tuning in. Game 2 coming up in just a couple minutes.